All right, now I will call the regular meeting of the Holiday Island City Planning Commission to order. It's again June 13th, 2023. It's about 6:05 p.m. We just did the Pledge of Allegiance. I think we can dispense with doing it again. Roll call again.
Commissioner Elwood? Here. Commissioner Graves?
Here.
Commissioner Kuhn?
Here.
Commissioner Mills?
Here.
Commissioner Pittman?
Here.
Secretary Dumas? And Chairman Keys, all
Here.
present.
And I'll declare quorum. Do I have a motion to approve the agenda?
I'll move to approve.
Linda moved to approve the agenda. Do I have a second? Second. Any discussion? All in favor say aye.
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 The agenda is accepted. We have minutes from the regular meeting of April 11th and the workshop of April 27th to be approved. The minutes were distributed. Do I have a motion to approve those minutes?
I'll move to approve.
Linda moved to approve the minutes. Do I have a second?
Second.
Barb seconded it. Any discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed?
Aye.
Minutes are approved. Reports, no reports at this meeting. No old business. Moving on to new business. Consider resolution HICPC R23-03 amending the Holiday Island City Planning Commission meeting schedule time. Lynn, if you would read that resolution.
HICPC R23-3, a resolution amending the Holiday Island City Planning Commission meeting schedule time. Whereas the Arkansas statute ACA 1456-407 directs the Holiday Island City Planning Commission to provide at least one regular meeting each quarter of the year. And whereas the HICPC has held public meetings typically on the second Tuesday of each month at 1 p.m. And whereas the regular meetings may be rescheduled from time to time due to conflicts with commissioners, and whereas the HICPC finds it appropriate to revise its rules on the regular meeting schedule, it was established on resolution HICPC R22-3 on April 12, 2022. Now be resolved by the Holiday Island City Planning Commission that Section 1, Resolution HICPC R22-3 shall be repealed. Section 2, the following text shall be adopted by HICP as the rules for scheduled times and dates. The regular meetings of the HICPC shall be held on the second Tuesday or Thursday of each month at 1 or 3 p.m. in the boardroom of the Holiday Island Suburban Improvement District office at 110 Woodsdale Drive, Holiday Island, Arkansas. Every attempt will be made to publish the agenda for a regular meeting at least 2 business days prior to the meeting. Special meetings can be scheduled by the HICPC chairman as necessary with the proper 2-hour notification to those members of the public and press that have requested notification. Public notification of the meetings will be made in a manner similar to the method used by the City Council of Holiday Island with the assistance from the district. The circumstances beyond the control of the HICPC chairman or commission prevent in-person meetings at said location with a minimum of 2-hour notification. Meetings can be moved to another location or be conducted via internet using Zoom or another suitable application. Section 3, this resolution will remain in effect until such a time as the time, location, or method of notification are revised by resolution of the HICPC or established by ordinance by the City Council of Holiday Island, as approved this date.
Is there any discussion on the resolution?
I was going to offer that there's been contemplated that the current planning commission is to be replaced by another set of volunteers from the community. And with that notion, if that's going to happen soon, I'd recommend that, well, it'd be my vote to fail this resolution. Let the new commission set their own time and date. That's my opinion.
Make that much difference because we don't know how close are we to that.
I have to find one more candidate, but I haven't really been diligently searching at other higher priorities. But I would guess that, I mean, it'll certainly be before the end of the year.
Well, I could offer other conversation or notes. This resolution was drafted after a conversation we had in this meeting that said 1 o'clock on Tuesday afternoons was a bit of a conflict. We discussed maybe Thursdays, we discussed maybe 3 o'clock. That's why there's variation in this ordinance, or this resolution that needs to be firmed up before we vote on it.
Well, we're gonna have meetings for the rest of the year, I'd say we go ahead and pass it.
Well, at least we can schedule it.
A new growth, it
They can change it if they
may
want.
change real easy.
Sure, because this is an HICPC resolution, it's not a city ordinance.
At least it gives you some flexibility.
I make a
Oh,
motion,
so you're-
motion, we approve resolution HIC.
Hold on, okay.
Nope, yep.
Linda says it gives you flexibility, are you suggesting we leave it as it's worded?
Yeah, because I think Lynn was intending for us to pick
Right, because
an option.
because I have to put a planning
Pick an
calendar
option
out there.
then. Yeah, pick an option. Make-
Oh, I
make
thought
it-
we were gonna have the
because
option of
you'll have to
having
make
it
it
Tuesday
3
or
o'clock
Thursday or
on
1
one of
o'clock.
those days, so.
Well, we could leave it optional, yeah. I don't have a problem with that,
I thought that's.
because I can maintain the calendar only 1 month ahead. I have to set a date,
Yeah.
so if there are issues like conditional use permits, Tuesday would still work because it's been Tuesdays, and Thursday would be okay as well, so that won't be a conflict with the dates we have in our ordinance for deadlines.
If we pick Tuesday, the second Tuesday at 1 o'clock as the option, that's what it is right now.
Right, currently Tuesday, 1 o'clock.
Yeah, well, that makes it hard for.
Well, I can make it, I don't have to, I don't have to do the Tuesday thing.
We can make it at 3
But
o'clock.
we can change it to 2 o'clock
3 o'clock.
Or
or
even,
3 o'clock.
or 3 o'clock on Thursday.
I'd kind of like to keep it on Tuesday, that way in my mind, I can't schedule anything on Tuesday because city council meetings are on Tuesday also.
Right,
So
So Tuesday at 3.
Thursday gives me a free day.
sure.
2 o'clock's fine with me too. Well, I don't, either time, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
Well, for right now, then I'm gonna scratch Thursday, or revise that to scratch Thursday.
Make it Tuesday at 3 o'clock,
Tuesday at 3.
and we're only really changing.
We should be done by supper.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. So you had started a motion, we interrupted you, Ken, did you want to finish it?
You know, I
As
thought
amended?
that we were gonna have the options. Okay. Make a motion, we approve resolution HICPC R23-003.
I'll second.
As amended.
As amended.
Ken made a motion to approve HICPC R23003 or 003 as amended, indicating the second Tuesday at 3 PM as the meeting time. Pat seconded it. Any further discussion? All in favor, roll call.
Commissioner Elwood,
Aye.
Commissioner Graves,
Aye.
Commissioner Kuhn,
Aye.
Commissioner Mills,
Aye.
Commissioner Pittman,
Aye.
Secretary Dumas, aye. All in favor? And
I don't
Chairman
think
Keys,
We
you
gotta
get to vote.
get that.
Aye.
Actually, that.
All in favor?
All right, the resolution passes.
That works better, because it was like, yeah, but I wouldn't do before I took the shower.
Thank you.
All right, next on the agenda is deliberation on the public hearing.
That's gonna take a
Much
long
to
time.
deliberate,
Yeah.
there were no comments, so the proposed changes will be, what do we have to do now?
We have to pass a resolution
Pass the
to
resolution.
adopt it and recommend it. So that's the 04
It's
resolution.
the 04 resolution, so we're ready to move on to, is there any other deliberation on the 04 resolution?
I've had, I just looked through it again, and I think I've got a clean copy in there, so I think it's okay.
Then we'll move on to considering resolution HICPC R23-04, amending the planning and zoning regulations.
So I can read it?
Go ahead and read the,
R23-4, a resolution amending the planning and zoning regulations for certain definitions, planned unit development, and development of subdivision regulations for the city of Holiday Island. Whereas the Holiday Island City Planning Commission has determined it necessary to revise the planning and zoning regulations for the entire area of Holiday Island to provide districts with compatible uses for unified development, for the elimination of non-conformance, and for other matters of general welfare of the city. And whereas the HICPC has deliberated on these proposed amendments to the planning and zoning zoning regulations during numerous public meetings since March 14, 23. And whereas the HICPC, having now developed amendments to the planning and zoning regulations to adopt and recommend, has provided the required notification pursuant to ACA 1456-422 by letter mailed to the Eureka Springs School Board on May 17th, and pursuant to ACA 1456-422 by publishing a public hearing notice in the Carroll County News, May 23 of 23. And whereas pursuant to ACA 1456-422, the HICPC has conducted a public hearing on the matter of adopting and recommending amendments to the planning and zoning regulations on June 23 public comments. And whereas the HICPC now finds it to be in the best interest of the citizens of Holly Island to recommend the City Council amendments to the text of the planning and zoning regulations to provide for the clarification of terms, uses, procedures of planning and zoning for Holiday Island. Now, be it resolved by the Holiday Island City Planning Commission pursuant to ACA 1456-422, HICPC adopts amendments to the planning and zoning regulations for the city of Holiday Island as detailed in the following attachments. Attachment A is section 202, the definitions of terms and uses. Attachment B is section 6.01, zoning districts established. Attachment C is section 750, planning unit development. Attachment D is section 40, development and subdivision regulations. And attachment E is the planning and zoning regulations above amendments incorporated. Section 2, pursuant to ACA 1456-422, the HICPC, that the attached amendments to the planning and zoning regulations should be adopted by the City Council of Holiday Island in a timely manner, passed and approved this date. And then I have attachment A that shows all the additions, and attachment B shows that we've added the PUD. It used to be just a P for a definition of that. Attachment C is the all-new section 7.50. And it scrolls down for quite a ways. Attachment D is the new section 40, and that's about 15 pages. And then attachment E, as it said, is the entire document with all the amendments added in. And it starts right here. Yeah, it's a, whoops, this is only the, this is the 29-page. Attachment E is a separate document I do in the, there we go. Attachment E is attached in the PDF version that I put on there.
In the prior resolution, I went out of order a little bit to ask for a discussion first and then moved on to the motion. I should have done that the other in reverse order. Do I have a motion to pass HICPC R23-004?
So moved.
Barb made a motion to pass the resolution. Do I have a second?
I'll second it.
Pat seconded it. Is there any discussion on the resolution? Hearing none, we'll go to roll call vote.
Commissioner Elwood?
Aye.
Commissioner Graves?
Aye.
Commissioner Kuhn?
Aye.
Commissioner Mills?
Aye.
Commissioner Pittman?
Aye.
Secretary Dumas, aye. Chairman Keys?
Aye.
All.
The resolution passes. That'll be passed on then to the city council.
I'm working on the ordinance to do just that.
Okay,
We're gonna do that Tuesday then, or?
next Tuesday.
It should be on the agenda.
Yeah, and I gotta get that agenda put together tomorrow. Public comments?
No,
Nothing?
we'll give you 4 minutes if you want it.
Yeah.
Have you got a song and dance?
We'll let you sing, whatever you want to do. All right, hearing none, we'll move on to commissioner comments.
I have one comment.
Okay?
I just want to congratulate and thank Lynn for all the hard work he did on this.
Yeah.
Because it wouldn't be done without
I'll
him.
second that.
That's
And
a fact.
And he did it in really difficult conditions,
Well,
I have to say.
when I was going through this, this was a long time ago. I got this all done in April, so in case I couldn't be here, you guys could do it.
Yeah, you thought.
So, that is done.
We have an enormous potential to outwit you. All right,
I have a question.
okay.
Is that pretty well finished? Any other changes or?
We had on agenda several months ago to do a section on signs. I think we need to do that. And I don't think there was any bullets left on that. I think we've addressed all of the others.
Signs should be a heck of a lot easier than that section we just did.
Yeah, unfortunately, the model we're taking from is like 30-some pages.
Yeah, we don't need 30 pages.
Okay,
That's fine, I think we can slim that down, yeah.
okay.
No kidding.
So there'll be some work on signs. That's the only thing I think the planning commission needs to probably get under its belt to get it on the books. Do you have something else other than developing a future plan for the city?
Yeah,
A long-range development plan.
what was that magazine? I read through that magazine that they sent, you know, where people were planning cities and development and everything.
Yeah, the latest
Quite
issue.
interesting, but I don't think we got enough money, but it looks like there's a lot of grants, et cetera, and money floating around out there. We just need to figure out how to get to it.
So that requires community effort, you know, community participation and subcommittees or whatever to work on such a document, so that as
It
everybody's.
seems like there's a lot of firms had ads in there that they do in urban planning
Right.
for free.
For free, yeah.
Free.
Actually, it could be quite interesting to have a public meeting, or a public, you know,
Or
forum of some sort to
workshop.
hear ideas.
We could do a workshop.
Where people, you know, want the city to go. I mean, we don't have much room to go anywhere, but
Or a couple of them want us to go.
that may have been an unfortunate use of words.
Yeah, let's rephrase that.
But
We're
yeah.
talking a direction right now.
Okay, so, moving on to scheduling our next regular meeting as of our recent resolution.
Well, it'll be July 11th for planning commission at 6 p.m. because we're having a hearing that night on a conditional use permit. So July 11th, 6 p.m.
6.
Yes, we'll have the public hearing and then a regular meeting after that.
I told Linda this was our last meeting. That's her.
Okay. No special meetings, no workshops at this time.
Second Tuesday be the sixth.
Do I have a motion to adjourn?
6 p.m.
I stay here all night, no motion to adjourn.
I'll make a motion to adjourn.
All right, that made a motion to adjourn.
I'll second.
And Barb seconded it. Any discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? We're adjourned.
You didn't wait for Jerry's eye.
He said aye.
Oh, did you? No, he didn't say aye, he said ah.
And you can stop the